¿Qué ondas, primos?
Primas.
Y primes.
Welcome to my
Primos.
Primos.
My
Primo
podcast.
My name is Freddie.
My name is Kevin Garcia.
My name is Elia Maria Madrid.
This is Chikuma, whenever I can make it.
My Primos podcast discusses all things fandom and pop culture,
From comic books,
Movies?
To whatever obsession we have this week.
but with a Latine
Malatine.
perspective. Remember, we're all primos,
We're all primes.
We're all primos.
no matter what part of the world we're from.
¿Qué onda, primos, primas, primes, and welcome to My Primos podcast. We're back after an unexpected break, but I'm here with all the primos to talk about what we've been up to and with a special guest. So let me introduce everybody. First, we got Primo Freddie. What's up,
¿Qué ondas,
Freddie?
primos, primas, and primes? Here I am. I'm back. We took a break, but we're back stronger than ever. I'm excited.
Say what's up, Freddie.
What's up? Okay, that's
Oh,
all you gotta do.
oh.
That's all you gotta do.
And then, of course, my Kevin and yours, Kevin.Garcia.com. Say what's up,
What?
Kevin.
What's up?
Dots. The dots. Confusing,
Dot.
Kevin.
Oh my gosh, you got extra dots in there.
So many dots.
Hey, man. KevinGarcia.com.
Kevin here. And today we have a special guest, my partner in crime for Texas Latino Comic-Con.
The Comic-Con.
Hector
Look, Comic-Go and
Rodriguez,
Comic-Con. You know what happens.
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con. El Comic-Con.
El Comic-Con.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for having me. It's awesome
Yeah.
being back. It's like I'm, coming back home, to my Primos podcast. It's been a while, right, since we touched base.
Yeah.
It's been a little
100%.
bit. But
It's been a
we're glad
while.
you're here.
Yeah.
I can't sing.
It's been a while.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Well, Primos, Elia always coming in with a banger of an intro. It's you do bring a lot of energy to it, a little different spice, as they say,
Spice.
to the intro. The
Well,
spice,
it is spiced when Elia does it.
especially for at Spice Illustrations. Don't forget, of course, introing her there, guys. Primos, remember, of course, you can follow us at My Primos Podcast, and of course, visit myprimospodcast.com
Come.
and let us know what you think about the show, Kevin's shenanigans, and who else? Who knows? We can, have you on the show. There is an option to leave a voicemail there, Primos, by the way. We want to hear from you. Let us know what you think of the show, and just, we're there. Come on, let's have some fun.
And
You know,
maybe
I'll even
soon
take some
we'll
hate.
have I was gonna say maybe soon we'll have a game on there.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, we are. We are actually kind of putting it out there now.
Comics special.
Mr.
Yeah.
John Avina, which was a special guest at Texas Latino Comic Con this year as well, which we'll talk about a little bit. We did do an awesome D&D game with them. There's my stickers there. It's kind of like 1-for-1, right? That's me in the middle right there.
I know, it looks just like me. That's definitely Elia down there.
Yep.
Elia, yeah. Toño the Tyrant there. But you'll get to that. There'll be a video releasing soon. Avina is actually working on it for us, so keep an eye out for that, Primos. It'll be on the website and, of course, on our YouTube. And Latino Comic Con. Let's talk about it just in general. I mean, 2024 success. What do you guys think, Elia? You and Hector worked on this together. I mean, let's start with Hector. What do you think of the show? How do you feel it turned out?
Yeah, actually, this would be our third one from COVID. We've been, getting back to it, and each year has been getting a little bigger and better. And, there's nothing like hearing that feedback, that buzz afterwards, how the show was and how uplifting it was, how folks had a lot of fun and how it touched different individuals differently. And it's very positive. This is one of the reasons why, it keeps us going, doing it each year. And, this was our 8th year of Texas.
Wow, 8 years.
8th year, right? I mean, it's the longest running comic convention in Texas, and not in the United States because that's Latino Comics Expo.
Of course.
Sure.
But at the same time, I love meeting all the creators every year, and I just that's one of the great things for me is seeing the interactions between the creators. They're getting to meet and support each other. That's kind of what it's all about, is supporting each other.
It's like a community. It's almost like a reunion, right? Each year.
Yeah.
That's how it feels, right, Elia? What would you say? That
Yeah, no, I get so excited anytime, like, we have the applications open. I'm always excited to see who we're gonna get for the next year because I get to meet so many new creators who are just out there representing la cultura, and it's so heckin' cool.
I mean, when you took on these applications, you took this on with Hector. It's hard to look at it when you're in the middle of it, but stepping back now, kind of removed from it. I mean, what stood out different this year than maybe past years?
What would you say, Elia?
I'm really surprised at like just how many people are coming out with their own titles of comics. Like I think the first year, like of course, like the first few years that we did it, we just had a lot of artists and maybe they were like shy about making their own titles or like showcasing it out there, applying. But this year, like I think we had a stacked like number of everybody was like, I make a comic. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so hard. Like, I wish we had like so much space so we could just give everyone like a table, honestly.
And a few of them making movies too, which is pretty cool.
Yes. Filmmakers, animators, just like in Latinos in media, in pop culture media. Amazing.
Yeah, it was definitely balanced that had the representation of new indie talent, which we're really trying to tap. It's also one of our biggest challenges each year.
Hold on, let's cut. So let's take a beat. You're coming in pretty choppy, Hector, where we can't even make out what you're saying. So let's give it a breath.
Okay.
Let's see if the connection.
We can hear okay perfectly.
Yeah. Okay.
We heard.
We're good. Okay. Awesome.
All right. So let's start from kind of what you responding to the question there. So go ahead.
No, it was the amount of different independent talent. A lot of great indie. The diversity of indie talent this year, new talent. It's been that's something that is really challenging each year, trying to bring those veterans again, that balance between local talent that's representing, pushing the envelope, and then new talent. And so that's something that we always try to balance now between both worlds. And like Elia, it's a challenging thing each year, right? Would you say, Elia, it's challenging just to have that balance of new and veterans?
Yeah, for sure. Because like we have like artists that have been there almost every year, and of course we love bringing them back because we know like who they are, their creations, and they're always making more. But then I'm like, there's so much newly discovered talent that we find that we're like, we want them there too, and we want to showcase their work. Yeah, for sure.
It's a con that I've noticed, being as a visitor and kind of being involved the last few times. What's really great about it is that I do see a growth, year over year. When you bring in new people, you bring in their audiences, you're bringing in new avenues. I mean, the biggest thing that we noticed in the last few years was lucha was a big, predominant thing that happened here. I know, Hector, you had a hand in that, and it was a great, event. It was like a destination for people to come check out the lucha. I invited family and friends, like, hey, there's luchas, bring your kids, and the audience gets into it, man. It's a blast. I mean, I know you can't go too much into detail, but like, how does it feel to have luchas at Latino Comic Con? I mean, really, just it's becoming a staple of it.
Well, it was something that we thought about, pushing the envelope in Texas Latino Comic Con, something different. Especially after COVID year, it's like, okay, how can we bring folks back again? Because we built up a lot in the beginning. We did a lot of promotion, a lot of legwork, and so we took a pause. We went digital. We went online for 2 years, and we brought it back, and we, brainstorm, how we're gonna bring even more people. How are we going to make it special? And so, we're all fans of lucha libre, wrestling, Mexico, US, Japan, and so it's something that it's just a natural fit. It
really is. It really is.
Right?
And I remember those digital years really well, mainly because I was hosting those digital.
Right.
But I really love the element of lucha in there because that gives a spectacle to it that, like, large cons are gonna be like, here's our celebrity guest, but we're like, yeah, but we have an actual lucha competition happening. So I was like, that's honestly pretty cool.
Yeah, man, it's a blast. Like you said, it's a destination. Like we get to see it once a year, and there could possibly be something in between those, right? But the fact that we were able to follow not only our wrestlers, that we can follow and enjoy. Like I'm Team Oski. I'm sorry, this team is predominantly Team Oski. I'm putting it right now.
Well, there goes this.
But I mean, Bigaton, hey man, you know what? Do your thing. Do your thing. Get ready for next year.
It's all about perspective, right? It's all about perspective, and each, you need to have a good heel. If there's a face, a técnico, a rudo, and so it goes hand in hand with, the greater than life individuals out there, and so we brought this over with Lucha Libre, and I'm like, well, if I'm going to bring it, if I'm working with Mass Republic with Kevin Kleinrock, and Kevin Garcia is also part of that, and, if I'm going to bring it, I have to, put myself in it, I have to actually earn
Literally
respect, and that's something
yeah.
that is very culturally sensitive to, because you can say that you can meddle with Lucha Libre, but there's also there's a big, deep understanding of respect and culture. And for about, I've been training since January of this year, with different office, and so.
Well, yeah, I mean, the training really does help. I know last year, for example, I remember there was a big deal about you going to be in the ring, and then there was an injury or something that
I
kept
know an
you out
injury
of the ring.
prevented you from fulfilling your
I was a lot
tasks.
more careful this year, but it's so stuff injuries happens, and stuff it's part of life.
Naturally.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
luckily,
you're an athlete. Things happen.
right? There's
I've seen the picture of you working out. You're built, dude.
Oh, dude, I have long ways to go, man. It's like,
Hey, man, he's red carpet ready. I'm about to hit the El Peso Hero workout program because I need it.
Right?
To start
Yeah.
doing something
I'm
about
at
it.
least orange carpet ready, not quite to red.
Orange
Right.
carpet. I get that. I mean, I think it's just awesome because the athleticism behind the wrestlers themselves, the traditions behind it, the respect they have for it, and the understanding from the audience too, right? They understand that there's liberties, there's lines to cross and not cross. There's a lot of respect, and it just goes back. This is in our culture, right? And so the fact that we can share it with the younger crowds now, other individuals coming in, they're not familiar with it, right? Like we talked about. Latino Comic Con, and Kevin says that it's not just for Latinos. Like this is us really. The spotlight is on Latinos, but anybody can come in, right, and enjoy what this culture really is.
I can't stress enough that I had some Anglo friends say, "Well, we don't want to go and interrupt and be in your area." And we're like, "No, we want your business. Come buy from us." And they're like, "Really?
I want your coins."
Yeah, it's a celebration together.
And we see that with the Lucha Libre events here. It's a different background. Especially in Dallas. And I'll tell you this: that the Dallas-Fort Worth area has an amazing Lucha Libre scene. We have our comic book scene, our artists, but they have their own community. It's pretty amazing. If you're interested, just you can always connect. You can know anybody in Lucha.
There's always somebody in town, right? There's always a way to get in touch with it. If you're looking for it, you'll find it, right?
So
I mean, I'm sure, should I join the ring next year?
Ooh, I mean, who's gonna be my partner, the heckle partner this is that's our thing now.
Honestly,
that's
I'm
true.
Elia, just quietly excusing herself, and then this masked wrestler coming in.
No, me and Freddie, we got to be the hecklers. We team up really well each year.
We do really
like
well.
to stir the pot.
I feel like you could throw me in the ring, and it's just gonna be like, all right, I'm ready. Oh, asthma. Hold on.
There you go, man. You know what? I'm not saying you can't, fake. I mean, sorry, if you get injured, like other people have in the past.
For the record, we haven't talked about it this discussion yet, but I got COVID. I don't think I got it at Texas Latino Comic Con, but the day after that, I was working another convention.
Awesome, right?
Yeah.
Texas Latino Comic Con is COVID free. Okay,
yeah,
cool, man. You know what?
Exactly.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
I mean, it just, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you said that. Yeah, there's a lot of lucha here. I know you have worked with Mass Republic. Kevin as well is doing there. Is there anything you can tell us about? Maybe any projects that people can look forward to, especially if they're into the lucha verse, and they just want to know more about
projects,
any book from a
Yeah,
certain writer,
so
you know?
yeah, I mean, just a little cool rundown. The Master Republic Comics was launched, and with the Luchaverse, as well as there's a really amazing book called the Vampiro. If you know about Vampiro from WCW and also Lucha Underground. I mean, you can check out the Vampiro podcast online. It's the second copy of Vampiro. It's awesome. So Vampiro comic book coming out in October, right for Halloween.
October,
right?
okay.
October, yeah. The Vampiro comics. You can check it out. You can go to Mass Republic and you can pre-order from there. But I don't know, Kevin. Can you talk about the project?
Well, yeah. Apparently, well, I mean, it's been talked about, so it's public.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Dragon Lee book is getting closer to being published. It's the adventures of Dragon Lee and his family when they were much younger and fighting monsters in Mexico, based on a true story. Clearly, I've seen the early cover art. It looks really good, so we're excited about it. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it's a middle grade book, correct? Yeah, it's completely.
Nice.
It's an amazing entryway, to lucha libre, especially with a real life family. So that's the great thing about Master Republic, is that they represent real luchadors in different narrative forms.
Cool. That's exciting because we talk about how we have characters that are larger than life, but they're standing right there in front of you in the ring. You know what I mean? Like, and they have a lineage. It's not just like some guy that walked out of the woodwork. I'm like, who is this guy? No, like there's a lot of tradition. Which in Texas, I grew up in California, LA. When I came to Texas, I didn't realize how big lucha truly is, especially here in the South. And even when I mentioned luchas back home in LA, they're like, oh, where, how? Like, it's a huge thing that you don't. It's like you don't see it until you're involved with it. You know what I mean? So it's so cool that
I love
you are able to.
I love when I go to conventions and I see people cosplaying as Dragon Lee or Realistico, and I'm like, hey, I'm writing that book.
Yeah.
There's a way to do it, man. That's the way to do it. I mean, I'm excited because, talking about, Comic-Con this year was very exciting. We got to meet a lot of new artists. Like you said, new returning artists came through, showing us some of their new work, and one of the artists that we got to actually interact with was John Avina from Avina Comics, which, he's a friend of the show. He has been here a couple of times. Oh, yeah, look, I got my, I got my King Midas. Get that?
Look at that.
By the way, he hand paints these, and you can catch him on his TikTok live. He paints them, and he sells them on there. So check him out. Check out his TikTok shop. Lucha Forever. Talking about lucha, and then of course Cinema Muerte. We talked about it tons. And as of this recording, Americana Volume 2 is out. So if you're a fan of horror and just classical creepiness overall, it's my favorite book out of his series. I bought Americana 1987. Americana Volume 2 is out, and he says that, and this is not like anything secret, that we're gonna go generational. There's gonna be a 1977. There's gonna be a 1967 Americana. So we're gonna get a whole lineage of that. So I'm excited for his books. Not only that, but check him out, of course, out of Avina Comics. But we got to play D&D. He wrote a one shot for us, which I've never played D&D, guys. There is going to be footage that you guys can see. Again, check out at My Primos podcast for that. And we'll put some clips here in the show today. But Hector, you kind of walked in at the end of it, and you were like, dude, like, tell me what you tell what you told me about it. Yeah.
I was just, folks were so immersed into y'all's playthrough. I was really impressed because there was Lucha Libre going on, but not everybody's into the Lucha Libre, right? And so
people were pretty scared. They thought I was an actual orc. So
I was scared of your music playing and your bravado.
Y'all had a crowd. I mean, some folks were at the edge of their seat. I took a picture. They were just leaning towards their, just enthralled into the world that was painted for them. And so it was really special. Meaning that next year we gotta. Probably bring that.
Yeah, maybe next year. I mean, if the audience enjoyed it, we had fun. I know we're gonna keep doing this, keeping these characters and kind of running through some adventures together. Go ahead, Kevin.
What we could do is we could have like the black box theater. It'll be like Lucha, match 1, and then D&D match 1, and then
yeah.
I imagine. That'd be funny. It's all gonna be
Yeah.
imagination.
Or like in the
Bailey,
middle
I
of the
mean,
ring, reading it, rolling
what
the
did you
dice.
think about our D&D game? I mean, you kind of play a little more than we do, and
Yeah.
what do you think?
I
we
had
do
so
okay?
much fun. Yes. Oh my god. I remember. I know. Like in the chat, y'all were like, "I'm nervous. I don't know." And I was like, "No, it's gonna be just have fun." And y'all did. Y'all embraced y'all's characters so well. Y'all picked it up so quickly. And I can't wait to continue the story and play with y'all. Like it's so exciting. John did so well setting up a great like scenario for us to get through in the short time that we had. That I
Yeah.
can't wait to see what like
It's
long
almost like he's a
form
good
stuff
writer.
he has. I know, right? It's like he does this kind of thing
Toot that man's horn, man.
lot.
Avina Comics, check out his work. He has
Mhm.
a
I
Dungeons
just
and
picked up the
Dragons
last
book.
Paletero on the block. I haven't read it yet, but like everybody was talking about that one. He was even
Yeah.
told people wanted to buy Last Paletero like merch without even wanting to read the book because the name is good. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I'm down for that story.
Yeah,
man,
I
I think
got
he
like almost
mentioned
all his
that
collection.
the next issue of Las Paleteros being worked on. So
Mhm.
there's stuff there to look forward to. So there's always stuff coming. You
Yeah.
know, guys, if you go back and listen to our show, of course, we'll have some clips here. Don Avina has released like 1,000 books in a year, and he doesn't stop.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's always there's something for everybody. So check out his work. Thanks for John for, of course, for doing that with us. And who knows? He said he had a blast here in Texas, so he may come back next year. And we'll see where if we can make it. So definitely
Awesome.
excited
Yeah.
for that. Primo, stay tuned. Here's a little bit from Texas Latino Comic Con 2024. Stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed some of that clip from the match at Texas Latino Comic Con 2024. You can check out the full,
So violent.
but you
So
can check out
real.
the full match on Texas Latino Comic Con's YouTube channel. So check it out and check out, of course, at Texas Latino Comic Con on social media. And of course, Primos, no, remember, Team Oski here. Shout it loud.
You showed all the
Team
great
Oski.
highlights,
Team
right?
Oski.
I mean, the most important part, like the
I
ending.
mean, you know,
That's the ending.
Well,
If they want to know how it
Yeah.
ended, they need to go to your YouTube channel.
Very end.
Yeah.
there you go to the
That's all you
YouTube
need.
channel, okay? My story, my vision from my point of view. I didn't like the outcome. I'm just gonna say, whatever. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's all a matter of
Cocaine flew in the air. I got confused.
There was drugs everywhere. I don't know what happened. So it was like
Professor Hero had
Scarface
to step
met
in and stop everybody.
Bloodsport.
This is a
You know,
very
it was
dusty
everything.
area, let's say.
Ah,
It's a
okay.
very dusty
I mean, there's a lot
rain.
of money involved too. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
We'll see where the money comes from. You know, but also, you know, we talk about, you know, representation. We're big supporters of Chispa Comics and their books and the creators there. Kevin is, of course, writing a book for them as well. We had some great releases coming up this month, and I wanted to go over those with you. And let's talk about that. We're going to show a graphic here on screen. And of course, kind of walk us through it. What can people look for right now in comic shops or releasing later this month?
Yeah, so we actually have some amazing books from Chispa. The summer Chispa has begun. We have Dragon Thrall, right, by Veronique Medrano, Steph C, the illustrator. And we can go over to Gila Girl, of course, your boy Henry Barajas, too.
Barajas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Luis Antoinette. This is an amazing creative team. They've done a lot of work together, a lot of within the mainstream books. Gila Girl. And you can go look at my Fluorescent, which by my Tocayo Hector Gonzalez.
Which, by the way, I
Great.
kept texting him about the event, and he was responding for a minute. And then after a while of me asking questions about where I'm supposed to park, I was like, I just realized you're getting the wrong Hector.
You're the wrong Hector.
It was about to come. He was supposed to show up, but
Well, that's why it's.
I mean, you know what?
Tocayos are so cool.
Yeah, man. You know what? They can step in where necessary. You know. And what else do we have in the 13? We have
Cloudbreak.
yeah, we have
Outbreak.
Vendaval, which has a very goth, dark, one of the darker books from the Chispa verse,
Cool.
and something very approachable, Cloudbreak as well. And so of course, these individuals are characters that have draw from their Mesoamerican birth sign, and they're technically like our chispas, our version of mutants, but we cannot
I
ever
don't know
say
what you're
mutants.
talking
They're
about. No,
chispa,
no,
not
no, no.
our
These are
What's
chispas.
they're
that? I don't know what that
chispas
is.
No.
They're
with special
sparks.
abilities. And so these are individual characters with unique stories and backgrounds that are kind of come together at the very end. And so I know, like Kevin is working
Yeah, I mean,
as well.
we want to highlight that it's our culture,
Yeah.
our people,
Mhm.
and connecting it with Mayan Mesoamerican culture, and just highlighting us, like the 13, the 13, right? So these are the characters that can tell our stories, be our voices.
Right. And so upcoming we have Shaper too. And so a really great thing about these stories is that not also are they very unique with their narratives, but their art is also very special. You have something more mainstream, um, like more modern esque with Gila Girl. And then if you are looking for more manga characterization, look at Shaper that's coming out next month. And so if you're looking for something more goth, more darker, edgy, more 90s image, Spanish, you can look at Endball. And so not also are these stories very unique, but there are the artists themselves draw from a lot of different inspirations.
And that's one of the things I love about Chispa is we have such a variety of writers, such a variety of artists, all people from Latinidad, of course, and it's really it's been beautiful watching it come together. And I know we've got a little bit of our creator Discord going on back and forth, and I just love all of the support everybody's giving each other, whenever a new picture drops. And of course, we're all really excited for Terry Blas, who is working on the
Yeah.
team up book once it's all said after my issue comes out, because mine's the very last one.
Yeah, the rest of the five, and that story's, if you like Teen Titans, if you like those DC team up interactions, and if you like that, what was that X-Men animated series that was in the early 2000s? Gosh, it's not.
Sorry, I don't know that team. X
Right,
Shut
right.
Men.
your mouth, Kevin Garcia.
Men.
Wow.
No, because it was what was it like, the
X-Men
X-Men
Evolution, where they
Evolution?
were, where
Yeah,
they were in the
X-Men
high school.
Evolution.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where they were in the high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
yeah, and so
Which,
that's
by
an
the
amazing
way,
show.
had a
we have our own
really
school with the craft.
really dope story arc when we see a future Scott and future Havoc, his brothers, when they're like basically become the Omega versions of their abilities. That still is ingrained in my brain. I love that arc, man. I'm sorry, it was good. Cyclops and Havoc should make something happen. But I'm
Yeah.
excited for these books because again, it's us telling stories, and we get to see where we go from here. Learning about it from concept to actually seeing them and holding them is great.
Mhm.
So definitely check out Chispas, Chispa Comics, and of course your local comic book store. And just look out for these. If you ask for them, if you pre-order them, that's how they get in on the shelves.
You
But of
you
course,
can actually pre-order them, the majority of them, through scoutcomics.com.
Right. If
And
we go to
actually work together.
scoutcomics.com, you can order them directly. Because again,
Mhm.
Chispa Comics is an imprint within Scout Comics. So scoutcomics.com, you can find all of these books and order them directly as well. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's something that we've been working with them, and it's a evolving relationship with Scout Comics, and so
Yeah.
and so it's something that we really have pushed to have our books up front already for pre-order, so that way you can cut the middleman. It goes directly from the distributor and have it delivered to your home as soon as they're out. And we have the cheese peppers, but we're also starting the Katrina's Caravan.
Oh yeah, I
Horror
love that.
anthologies we're
The
starting
horror
with,
anthology.
and so that's super
Nice.
exciting because we're doing a really good story that's actually I've been developing in the background for actually quite some time. Actually, it's called The Last Latinx. Basically, what happens?
so the Caravan is an anthology. You said different writers. Each issue is just different. A couple of different
Right,
writers are
Yeah,
each
right.
different
one.
stories,
Yes,
yeah.
it's horror anthology, and each
And then
story is a different writer.
and then there's
It's
expansions on Black Demon as well, which I'm really excited about.
right in our
Kind of the
expansion
kaijus within the Chispa
our
verse.
kaiju
Ooh.
verse, yeah. And so the new story arc with Black Demon Tales will be up. A Black Demon Descent. It's coming out, and if you're really excited about Pacific Rim, we have issue 2 involves mechs fighting the Black Demon, and so that's something really exciting.
Honestly, you can't have kaiju without mechs. It's
Yeah,
easy.
I mean, it goes hand in hand. Well, I'm excited for the cheese covers to grow. Pretty much, of course, support. Apoyen your fellow primos after creating and getting this stuff on the shelves. We want to talk about representation. We always talk about it. Let's do it. Let's go support. Let's use some of that coin. ¿Qué ondas, primos y primas? We are here, of course, at Texas Latino Comic Con 2024 with guys from Koi Wolf. Say what's up to the primos, everybody.
What's up, primos? My Primos podcast.
There you go. What's going on, man? You know what? How has the con treated you guys this year? What kind of attention have y'all gotten here? Much love, I assume, because your books are dope. I love the books.
Appreciate
How's
it.
it been so far?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. Texas Latino Comic Con here in Dallas, Texas. Put on by Mr. Hector Rodriguez.
Yeah, man. Del Peso Hero. He's going to wrestle soon, so we'll see how that goes for him.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, and near and near.
Yeah.
For those that don't know about Koi Wolf, what you guys produce, I'm a fan, so I'm right here buying each issue as they come out. What can you tell the folks at home about your books?
Well, check this out. So it's KoiWolfComic.com. We have a website, all web handles, Instagram, Facebook. And it's based on a female character, Latina. It's a coyote spirit animal through her Native American ancestry. She fights off the evil cartel along the border of Arizona.
Oh.
All based in the 80s. The best era ever.
Best era ever, man. Definitely. Are you excited for, what's to come here for Koi Wolf? I mean, is there anything new down the line, or is it just working on these current issues?
We've got book 5 coming out later this year.
Ooh, okay. I'm
some
there.
Some of the original drawings right here. And book 3 called Koi Wolf Follow the Mockingbird. Some of the original pencil drawings by Mr. Bertarista himself. He's working on artwork right now. So
look at that, man. Always working, man. Always working.
Work,
Definitely. That's the way to do it.
Bringing realities and art to life.
No, man, this has been a blast reading your books. I'm a fan of them, but, I'll be real primo. I've lagged it on, getting them on the show, so we're going to get them on soon.
We want to be on your podcast.
Definitely, man. We're going to make it happen. But where can people follow you on social media, and where can they kind of reach you, find your books?
Instagram, KoiWolfComic.com, or the website at www.koiwolfcomic.com is our website. So we'll have all 4 issues on there with new issues coming out, posters on there, you name it. And then custom art. Follow this guy, Bertarista Art Creative.
There you go. Awesome. Oh, look at that.
Custom artwork.
Ooh, I like that. Nice.
Anime, you name it, can draw it all.
You can do anything.
Let's
make it happen. Let's make it happen, primos.
Master of all.
Master of all. Master of all.
That's right.
We'll chat with you guys, get you on the podcast, and primos follow, of course, at Koi Wolf.
La vida sigue, la gente llora, el zapato vuela junto a tu boca, la gente cruza, los carros chocan y uno todo ignora.
¿Qué onda, primos? It's Primo Freddy here at Texas Latino Comic Con 2024. We are with Mr. Rafael wrote The Return of Camazotz. The book you must buy, you must read, especially if you like horror. Rafael, thanks, man. Tell us about the book, for those that don't know about the book.
Yeah, so it was published by Grimcore Studios, and it's my first debut comic. It was a debut comic of Grimcore. This is my first convention, so I'm super excited to be here. Texas Latino Comic Con. Shout out to Hector, he's a dope dude, for inviting me. The comic is Mayan mythology mixed with horror. So think like American Werewolf from London, but with a giant bat. And it's really cool. People have been digging it. It's been selling out. And we got the next issue coming out in October. And yeah, it's a great fucking comic book.
Hey, man, there you go. It's a great fucking comic book. Quote me on that. I've read the book. It's amazing. So I definitely am glad you're here. What has the reception been like at the con for you?
It's been great, man. People have been loving it. They like the gothic horror of it. They love the bat. It's really, they've been buying these stickers. They really like this one right here.
Yeah, man, that's the way to do it.
I got all the decor, all bat decor, And yeah, the candy's been selling good.
Candy's always good, man. Yeah, Candy's always good. Well, where can people find you? Like, what's your socials, or for Grimcore, for you?
Okay, so you can find me at Camazotz Comics on Instagram, Twitter, and also you can find Grimcore at Grimcore Studios. You can also buy the book at grimcorestudios.com. You can buy a physical or digital copy. Also, it's on Amazon and Global Comics.
Cool. Hey, fam, have a good show. We'll talk soon.
Cruza, los carros chocan y uno todo.
No, I'm saying
I'm not
spoilers
spoiler
for
guy.
what you did earlier. I'm not
She
gonna
said
say-
it was okay.
I'm not going to say what you said.
I asked, but I'm not
She
gonna
asked.
repeat it. I
No,
did
it
ask.
was a spoiler that she didn't ask about.
Oh, I thought I
Then leave it
totally went over
alone.
my head.
Don't bring it
yeah.
up.
She didn't.
Don't
It
bring
went
it
over
up.
my head.
She
Yeah.
didn't catch it.
It
That's
did.
why I didn't
Yeah.
say anything.
Then let it be. Let it be, man. Let it be. Let it breathe. Let it just in the ether. Okay, let
just
it be.
go into the hole.
All right,
Let it go into the hole. Kevin has to fill that hole.
bring us
All
back
right.
on so we can incorporate that.
You know what? Hey, we dropped that at the party. By the way, we were like, Kevin
Yeah.
Garcia fills that hole. It was brought up in conversation. It's catching on. All right, let's bring it back.
Need stickers.
We need
Yes.
stickers.
And we
I'll
still
make
How
need
it.
would
that
the
life
stickers
size
look
Sandy.
like?
It's just Kevin
I
popping
want the
out of
laugh
the
size,
hole.
Sandy. There's it like when you hit it with the mallet, like the little
Oh my god, the
what do they call
whack-a-mole.
those? The whack-a-moles. But it's Kevin jumping out, and it's like me hitting it with a hammer. There you go. That'd be a good screen to
So you're
position.
hammering me into the hole.
Hey man, whatever it takes to get you into that hole. Hammer, willpower,
It's a tight fit.
love,
Oh.
bloodlust. Here we go. Welcome back, Primos. Thanks for hanging in there with us. I feel like we've been out of practice, because we've been gone for so long. Like,
Yeah.
there's it was like a gap of like 2-3 weeks. We
We've
saw
had
each
a
other.
busy summer. We've
Yeah,
had a
it
busy
got
summer.
crazy so fast.
You know what's crazy? That we saw each other and we only have like 1 or 2 pictures with each other. Everybody's going like, phew, like running
Yeah.
They're
around
the
doing
best
stuff.
pictures.
Mm-hmm.
They're the best pictures. But it's funny, we talk about, we're into fandom. We enjoy reading, watching, everything, especially when it comes to just geeking out. And Mr. Kevin Garcia, of course, Kevin Garcia _com on TikTok, had a video come out that I want to kind of touch on. I mean, if you listen to this show, Marvel announced at San Diego Comic-Con International, well, whatever. Can we call Texas Latino Comic-Con International and make it sound like bigger than what it is?
It is international.
Yeah.
We had people. We had a
Can we do
guy
international?
from
we
what,
had
Peru?
some from
Oh, from
Peru.
Peru.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he came from Peru.
It's
That's
international.
true.
It is the international Texas Latino
Mhm.
Comic-Con.
I like that. Kevin, Hector, make it happen. International Texas Latino Comic-Con.
No. Better yet, keep Texas in front. Texas Latino Comic-Con -international. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a bigger
International.
budget.
With an
Dash
acento
worldwide, and I'll bring
internacional.
Pitbull.
But
There you go.
but
Pitbull.
after that, a week after that, San Diego Comic-Con was happening. I had tickets to go. I had badges to go, but I did not go this year because I didn't budget for it. I had other things going on, just as well because I ended up getting COVID anyway. So, but Marvel made their big announcement, which was only about the movies. They didn't talk about the TV shows really, near as I can tell. And obviously there were some comic book announcements, but nobody talked about those. With the movies, the big thing is, number one, Deadpool had the biggest R-rated opening ever. Deadpool and Wolverine. And then number two, Doctor Doom is coming to the Marvel Universe, and he has a familiar face.
Let's stop there. Remember, I said I am ready for Doom, right? Kang stuff happened. We understand that goes pulled out. And I said, it will be Doom. And I said that. We can go back. There's recorded conversations. And super fan Hector Rodriguez will tell you that I said that.
I even told you that in the stories that Doom usually comes after Kang. Like Kang will show up and then Doom will like wipe the floor with him and then take over.
Yes, but this is what I said. Now, I was excited when I saw the announcement. I was freaking out when I saw multiple Dooms. And I'm like, they're Doom bots. This is awesome. This is a great announcement here. And yet, they removed the face of the main Doom. Or at least we think the main Doom is.
They flat out said, this is Victor. They flat out said that.
Robert Downey Jr. is back from the dead. Right? I'm trying to be as... control my reaction because I'll be real with you. And everybody will chime in here.
Yeah.
That man, it's the joke. It's the joke that's being used not only for this, but for Deadpool. Like, he's there until he's 90. Like, Robert Downey Jr. cannot leave Marvel or Disney. Like, he is chained to a wall. And he has to come back every so often.
He seems to be enjoying it though. Like I don't feel like they had to bend his arm to do it. I feel it's more like I want to come back. What do you want to do to make me come back? I feel like it's him doing that too.
I think
Do you
it's a
think he
bait and
owns like
switch.
a suite at Disney now? Like it's just he
Oh,
owns Disney now because
probably.
The Cinderella room is just RDJ room now.
That's
yeah,
why they
might as well.
laid off
Totally missed the point,
140
though.
people this week so they could
Yep.
afford Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Like, if
Makes
you want
sense.
TT. But
That's true.
no, I don't
What do you
know.
think?
I don't know. Me?
Yeah. What do you
Yeah,
think?
you.
I mean, so I'm not like big in the Marvel universe, but I'm very much like he's already there. Like Cillian Murphy wasn't free. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
Daniel
Yeah.
Day-Lewis would have been interesting.
Yeah.
So I have been told that I am big in the Marvel universe.
You are.
But yeah.
Huge.
So within like an hour or two of the announcement, I had a video posted about a version of the multiverse where Tony Stark is Doom, essentially.
Mm.
And what's really hilarious is like half the comments are just what a weird coincidence. This came out right when this announcement happened. Or wow, the timing of this is great. I'm like, you'd almost think that was the reason I posted it. It's
Right.
weird
You
like
can
that.
thank your marketing manager at
Yeah.
Spice Illustrations
That's true.
for
That's true.
getting
That's
that out
right.
there. Yeah.
But it's my first video to get 1 million views, which is interesting.
Nice.
Which also means I got a lot of unwelcome comments. Yeah, I mentioned that at the
Naturally.
conclusion of that storyline, they introduced and killed off a brand new LGBT superhero. And literally, I had to go in and block 20 to 30 people just because all their comment was just, well, you had to mention the LGBT agenda. And I'm like,
Okay.
literally, I just said that he like, and at least one person asked, why does that have to be his main description? I'm like, that's literally how he was introduced. It was introduced as he is a gay hero, and that was basically it. But so that happened. But the thing is that even though I posted that in another video about these two different alternate realities where Doom and Iron Man basically look the same, I don't think it's a good idea either. I disagree that RDJ should not come back, though. I've always said that he needed to come back for Secret Wars, ideally as an alternate reality version, so Peter Parker can have a new goodbye or something. It'll be fine. But
I would have loved to see him like a cameo, right? Like you said in Secret Wars,
in Secret Wars,
or even just the fact that we see a glimpse of him, like a little cameo is a good nod, right?
Yeah.
But to take on a whole new role now, don't get me wrong, talented actor, not denying it whatsoever.
yeah.
Right? I enjoy his acting.
Oh, he could definitely do it. I mean, he got an Oscar recently, right?
Yeah, he was great in Oppenheimer. And my biggest thing was just like you couldn't find anybody else. Like I get it that, and they're hiding behind comic book kind of. Forgive me, Kevin, for misspeaking, blasphemy here. They're hiding behind the comic books where, like, hey, in the comics this can happen. Well, shit, in comics a snail could be Doom.
Yeah,
but it doesn't mean you have to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's literally a reality in which a duck is Doom. There's another reality in which a Tyrannosaur is Doom, which is honestly pretty great. They should have cast that guy.
So the Affleck duck lost a job.
Yes,
Jr.
exactly. Affleck duck was like in line waiting for an audition.
Oh my god!
Like the Affleck duck's
Howard
like, why did they
Doom?
even invite me to the audition?
I would read Howard the Doom.
Howard the Doom.
But Hector, what did you think, man? I mean, what did you think about the announcement? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a bait and switch. It's definitely. I think it's they're showing their hands right now, but within the narrative, there's going to be a huge twist somewhere, which is our real Doctor Doom. The Doctor Doom they're going to be using for Fantastic Four, for future story arcs with Galactus or any other X-Men vs. Adventures with Fantastic Four in the middle and Doctor Doom.
I feel like what you said is right. Like they're gonna have like a Doom on the Fantastic Four's Earth because they've already established that's a separate reality, and that Doom will see his reality being destroyed, send his mind to a different reality, take over Tony Stark. I can see that happen.
Marvel, pay this man. Pay this man. He has a story written for you guys.
We're talking about it now. They've been talking about it for the past couple of days.
Yeah, they have.
The
big issue for a lot of fans, and I'm part of this group, is that while I honestly feel Cillian Murphy and a lot of other people could do a great job at Gary Oldman, a lot of fans are like, they have the Roma is a persecuted minority throughout Europe, and they've already had several Romani characters that have all been cast with just normal white actors. That's not right. With American or British white actors. Why not have a Romani actor play the most prominent Romani role in the Marvel universe. And the argument, of course, being, well, we can't find, like, hey, there's a lot of actors out there who are waiting for their chance, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
I mean, the reason things like the multiverse are exciting is because we see those variants, we see something interesting, right? I get it, right? But it's also like, and they make, and no spoilers here, but they do kind of play with that in the Deadpool films, right?
They definitely
And
do.
so they do, and that's fine. And then we'll touch a little bit on it here, but like you can't Deus Ex Machina everything because it's a multiverse thing. Like, it's just kind of like, it's lazy, and it feels, as a fan, you kind of go like, come on, man, you can write something better than to just say, hey, they were from
If they are
1115.
going to Deus Ex Machina, make it part of the plot. I know Rick and Morty has kind of lost its flavor with a lot of people because of the toxic fandom, but part of the appeal of it originally was that you had a character that said nothing mattered because I can always go to another reality, and that started out as a joke and became a psychological like impediment to the character. And in the comics, that was America Chavez's main issue at the beginning, and it took a long time before her friends helped her get over it. And in the movie, America Chavez was just a happy-go-lucky, kid, so no problem there. But if they're going to do this whole multiverse thing, make it part of the emotional story. Don't just have it be a gimmick, which, I'll be honest, that's what Deadpool and Wolverine was. I mean, the not the whole movie necessarily, but like, you know what? I want to really quick. My partner did a great review of Deadpool and Wolverine. It's a very short review.
Okay.
She put it on I think Letterboxd. It just says Deadpool Wolverine is a series of bits in a trench coat. And I'm like, that is the best description of that movie.
But it's all the jokes and the complaints that the fans have had on this, that they kind of just brought them to the forefront, put them on screen to appease us, right? Because I'm one of those guys. Eventually, I'm like, even before we watched the film, we had breakfast, and we even said, like, man, like, yeah, because we wanted to,
start the day right.
$10, dude, $10 for popcorn. Come on.
True. Although if it
seriously.
comes inside of a Wolverine head that has a giant mouth, I would get that popcorn.
I'm gonna spend money on the xenomorph skull.
Oh, the xenomorph skull one. That would be good.
Skull one, that's popcorn. That one there, because the Alien, I'm excited for Alien next month. But I mean, the RDJ thing, like you said, Hector, I mentioned it a lot, and I said it's a Doom bot. There's a red herring. Like, he's gonna end up not being the main baddie, right? We're gonna get a different version of Doom that comes just pulling the strings from far away. And with Fantastic Four, with Doom, and Secret Wars coming, we're gonna get Namor. Like, that's just inevitable. I feel like that's gonna come through. I know Kevin may have different thoughts on it, but it lines it up. I mean,
if you go into the comics, Namor often is an ally of Doom, but almost always unwittingly. So that would be interesting. The other big thing that people have been talking about, especially with Deadpool, is that we got Deadpool movie, we had the X-Men cameo in Marvels, and we've got some other stuff coming up, I think. And the idea here is we could see the big impetus at the beginning of the most recent Secret Wars storyline in the comics was two realities clashing. And I could see the Foxverse and the MCU having a big battle, just kick off Secret Wars. That'd be interesting.
It'd be fun. I'm hoping that X-Men do transition well, and that way we can get excited about that again. And, with Deadpool and Wolverine and how that showed that audience is ready to have them merge, And so I'm excited for that. We'll see where it goes. I'm not 100% on board with the RDJ thing, but like Hector said, it may just be just a bait and switch. We may just get a completely different thing.
That's true. They're not showing all their cards.
Yeah, I mean, because the Fantastic Four.
I feel like they're showing a lot of their cards because, like, okay, so my partner said you can't have the main villain of the movie not let the audience know who the actor is going to be. True, but as somebody else pointed out, I don't remember who right now. They could have done that in a post-credit scene and have reveal of Dr. Doom of who it is, and then you announce, by the way, RDJ is going to be. This way they could have that a reveal in a movie where he's not in the credits. You know what I mean? At the same time, other people point out Doom in the comics never takes off his mask. 99% of the time when his mask is off, he's in shadows because he's supposed to be all scarred up, which says, okay, so if he takes off his mask, you wouldn't recognize him anyway. But they're not going to cast RDJ and not have a moment where Spider-Man can say, you look like Tony. They're not going to do that. So, like, even if he's scarred, they're going to know he looks like Tony. Like, at some point, it's going to happen,
Well, we'll see where we end up with it here, and but you know, I think that we get kind of not overwhelmed, but we a lot of things fly under the radar. We kind of ignore, right? One thing that I wanted to touch on is, and then none of you guys, I just spring it on you here. The new Hellboy was announced too, and it just doesn't look good. And
It's okay. Listen, I agree, but it is purposely low budget. It is written by Mike Mignola, the creator of Hellboy, and he just wanted to do a tight, low budget horror story starring Hellboy. And you know what? Power to him. The idea that he can
I'm
have
gonna
a
watch
series of
it.
movies. Yeah, no. I mean, like the last one wasn't him. The last one was the studio saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, we have the rights to Hellboy. We're going to make a Hellboy," and nobody liked it. This one is Mike Mignola saying, "I want to tell this story," and I'm like, you know what? Power to him.
Yeah.
I wish we all had indie comic characters that we could just make our movies out of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't fault it for looking cheap because it is cheap, But then if we get a series of Hellboy movies that just randomly, like, they don't necessarily connect to each other, but each tell a different story, which is what Hellboy comics are like, to be honest, that would be pretty neat.
Also,
But it's
high
always gonna
budget
be that
cinema is
comparison,
getting
right?
so exhausting.
Yeah, that's always gonna be the comparison. What'd you say,
Yeah.
Elia?
Oh no, like high cost cinema has been so exhausting lately.
Yeah, that's true too.
So
Because it's the
breath of
comparison,
fresh
right? Like,
air.
it doesn't look as good, but
Yeah, I mean, it's
story
never
wise,
gonna
like you
be
said,
Guillermo del Toro and
Yeah.
Ron Perlman. Like, that's just not gonna happen.
Si nada es olvidar.
we are here at Texas Latino Comic Con 2024, and I'd like to just introduce everybody to
Hi, I'm Catalina Querida of Little Spark Films.
Little Spark Films. Now we have some images here. Can you tell us what is Little Spark Films and what are you all about? And kind of just give everybody a heads up if we can look out for more of your stuff.
Yeah, we are a film company based in Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We focus on independent horror films, so yay, if you like blood and guts.
We all do.
Okay, great. Some people don't, apparently. I do.
All about
And then on our table here, we have some posters for our movie, The Torture. It is available on Amazon Prime, Tubi, Plex. You can watch it at any of those places. It's 40 minutes long. We filmed it here in Dallas. It stars Paul T. Taylor he's Pinhead in Hellraiser Judgment.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then Lawrence Venado, who is also in Sin City, A Day to Kill For, Breaking Bad. He's awesome. And also we have some posters here for our latest project called Death World.
What is Death World
And
about?
It's a horror comedy, so we have some props here too that we used when we were filming it. That's currently in post-production.
Amazing. Cool. And where can people find you online, on social media, just so they can support and really put the effort behind the Primos and supporting everybody and what they're doing?
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we are, our website is littlesparkfilms.net. And then we're all on all of the social medias. So the LinkedIn, the Twitter, I refuse to call it by its other name.
Yeah, I get you.
Instagram, TikTok. And it's also all of our social media pages, they're different, it's different content.
Oh, okay.
So like on our TikTok, there's a lot of stuff that isn't on the Instagram.
So it's worth
and all that
following
kind
on
of
every
stuff.
platform.
So yeah, we kind of try to mix it up. Also, we both are like really neurodivergent, so just,
Hey,
it's always a surprise for
Trust me,
everyone.
I don't need to
Me
sleep
too.
at night. I just need to scroll, and I'll be okay. I'll need to be okay.
Yeah, there's
Well,
plenty of stuff to be
No,
entertained by.
definitely. I mean, I'm loving the vibe, and I'm definitely gonna check it out. Primos, check it out as well. Little Spark Films.
Corriente sin salida, aquella rosa marchitada como si nada es olvidar.
Jonas Primos, we're back here at Texas Latino Comic Con 2024 with the reigning champ, Sir Aski. Sir Aski, what's up to all the Primos out there?
Hey, what's going on, primos? Un saludo, as always, your boy, Oski the Mind Warrior, your current Texas Latino Comic Con champion.
Definitely, Oski. We're excited because we're Team Oski here at My Primos podcast, and we are excited to see your match today, defending the title. What's been the reception here this year, 2024? How the fans been treating you?
You know what? The reception here has been amazing. Every year, I think this convention gets bigger, better, and I mean, with just incorporating pro wrestling into a comic con, I mean, it's just goes above that expectation level of what they're trying to put out there. And I mean, I'm just floored. I'm just floored by everybody that keeps coming every year. This year, I mean, I've had people, coming in and telling me, "Hey, I saw you last year. I'm so excited about this year," and it just really touches my heart for it.
What can the fans expect today, as far as the match is concerned? Where's your head at as a champ? What can we expect from you in there to defend the title?
As a champ, I'm ready. I'm always ready to defend my title. If not this, any other title that I currently have. But this one, right now, it means the most. Not only because I'm here at the Comic Con, but also it's just a way of projecting what the Latinos have done up to this point. So, as a champion, I'm ready. I'm ready to step in the ring. I'm ready to face Bengali. I'm ready to face Hector. Finally, after 2 years of him running around, wanting to be a wrestler, he is going to put his money, the money where his mouth is.
Yeah, boo, that peso hero. But we're Team Oski here, and we appreciate you taking the time, chatting with us. Can't wait for that match. I'm going to take the footage there. We're going to make sure we record this for historical accuracy. We still have our champion. Thank you, Oski, as always.
I appreciate you, and everyone, stay tuned. There's a lot more coming up. Remember, if you want to look me up as Aski, ASKI.Palomino, Facebook, Instagram.
Thank you, Oski, as always. Thank you, champ. But Primos, here close to the end of the show, we usually try to bring up something that we've been kind of into, obsessing over, kind of just in love with the fandom, or just kind of obsessed with this week. It's been a little bit. We've had a little gap, but let's start with Mr. Hector. What's something that you kind of been into recently that kind of, hey, you should keep an eye out for this, read, watch, listen to, let the Primos know.
Yeah, so I've been reading, I've been really into the Energon verse. The Transformers,
Transformers,
Duke, Void Rivals within the comic books, and then just going through my backlog, like reading What's Killing Children, too, and going through my indie books and watching Game of Thrones, of course, anything mainstream. Game of Thrones, watching Boys. The Acolyte, finished that. That's questionable. We can have a whole show for the Acolyte.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
There's things pushed that. There's a conversation to be had. I even had a baby argument with Chikume about the Boys and some episodes that we. Yeah, so there's a whole thing there.
So much conversation about the Boys. Haven't watched it, but man,
I dropped it after the first season.
You're talking about
not for everyone.
Video gaming, playing Alien Isolation again.
That game's fun.
Game, right? Just upcoming for Alien. Yeah. Nope, but that's about it. Just putting writing, a lot of writing for a Chispa too, and we have some really big reveals coming up. Yeah,
cool.
Too. Yeah, something that is tied to Mucho Mas film as well. Big.
Oh, so films from Mucho Mas? Yeah, because you're connected with that, and I know you're writing and creating and kind of getting your voice out there with a lot of the books, and not just in one facet, but multimedia, right? You kind of have your hand in everything.
Yeah, and also working on new Puzzle Heroes, so keep an eye out for that too as well.
Hell yeah!
Awesome. Elia, what about you? What have you been kind of into? I know you've been in con mode the last month and a half.
Yeah,
but what's the downside or the one thing you're kind of into right now?
Yeah, so TV show wise, I'm catching up on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure as your representative anime Latina. We finished season 3. God, it was so rough. It was awful. But now we're on Golden Wind season 4, and it's like 10 times better. It's so good. For anyone who doesn't know JoJo, it's literally a bizarre adventure. I call it like a violent buff robot telenovela. That's what it is.
Very much. With
Very
amazing
much so.
poses.
Oh my god. Then the art, oh, so good. But no, it's getting really interesting right now. It takes place in Italy at this time and so good. So that's what I've been watching. I've been reading or have read. I don't know if I mentioned it. I can't remember how long it's been since we recorded, but I binged all of Lore Olympus in 2.5 days.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Wow.
Yeah. So and I finished it and I'm rereading
right.
it
Welcome
again
to the
because
team.
I love it. So, oh my god. I don't know how it took me so long to find this series.
Honestly, it took me a while
Oh.
too. I'd heard about it since the beginning, but I waited a while to get into it, and I'm glad I did.
My wife told me she wanted to read it and pick it up. I just never pulled the trigger. And I see you posting about it, people talking about it, but now I gotta jump on that bandwagon.
I even made a fan art piece. Yeah, I'm gonna be making a print of it for San Japan. So if y'all are gonna be at San Japan in San Antonio, come see me. So I'll have that. And then gaming wise, I haven't been gaming, but I like to watch a lot of like Let's Plays. Since I don't have time to game. But I've been really enjoying the Game Grumps right now playing Market Simulator. It's a silly game that you'd never think would be so entertaining, but you basically run a supermarket and it gets so stressful and hilarious. So if you just want to pass time,
I'm still angry. I'm angry at Game Grumps.
Oh man. Oh no! Why?
But for a stupid reason, because there is the hardest to find and hardest to play Zelda game ever made was made by the Philips company. But the only time Nintendo had ever licensed out their products, and it is one of the worst games in history. It is almost unplayable.
Yeah,
almost as bad as Zelda 2.
Yeah, no, Zelda 2 is great. So they were going to they actually played through those games, and I was watching them because I was like, I own the games, but like I'm never going to play them because no one has the system anymore.
Yeah,
and I'm like, all right, this is the only way I'm ever going to see the ending of this game. They get about 75% through the way through it, and they're like, this is just too mentally exhausting. We can't continue. We'll pick it up later, and they have yet to pick it up. I am waiting for them to finish that game. I'm waiting for them to finish that game.
You just tweet at them.
But
no, other than that, I've been focusing on. I finished coloring Princesa Taco, which is my graphic novel, so it's done. It's colored.
Awesome.
So I start typesetting next week, and if there's any publishers that want a silly Chicana comic,
every publisher should have a silly Chicana comic, and it should be Elias.
Take out @Spiced Illustrations.
But yeah, so that's what I'm busy with right now.
Well, for me, I've been kind of jumping around different media here and there. I'm not fully caught up on the Kismet, but I've been reading a lot of it, and I still say, fucking Patrick, he needs to
get
be
ready
more
for
aggressive.
The chapter that released last week. Get ready! Oh my god,
I'm like 2 behind that. I'm almost there, literally. In one
I
afternoon.
haven't caught up to the. I haven't caught up to the. I'm assuming, Elia, you're talking about like the paid chapter, like the extra ones, right?
Yes.
The coins?
Yeah.
I haven't caught up to those yet, so I'm like,
okay.
I've paid coin.
Although I will think it's
Ingrid, I've paid coin.
Ingrid, I'm paying coins.
There are 2 different webcomics I've been following that both have the other woman in the group named Sky, who is black, and I'm like, that's interesting. Like, what are the odds?
Yeah,
interesting. But I've been reading that still. Of course, what I've been watching this anime. It came out a couple years ago. I just didn't catch my eye until recently. The Rising of Shield Hero. It has 3 seasons, and it's a really different take on the isekai kind of deal, right, where they get transferred to another world. The pitch is pretty much that these 4 characters show up at the same time. They're all legendary heroes that are supposed to help save this kingdom, right? But this is the first time that they have summoned them at the same time. They usually summon one at a time because they need to be able to kind of manage them, and honestly kind of control them, puppet strings, because they're super powerful. They're really they're uber or whatever. And in this scenario, countries had called dibs on each one, but one country in particular went ahead and took all of them, which started like this internal struggle and war between all of the countries. And sadly, the shield hero immediately gets framed for a crime. He's treated badly the whole time. All the other heroes get priority when it comes to party members, to money, to equipment, to herbs. This guy has to literally grind the hardest out of anybody else because he doesn't have an attacking weapon. It's a shield. It's under, kind of, it's a shield. What's that going to do? But it turns out that because of this struggle that he has to go through, he ends up being the most powerful one out of all of them. And it kind of touches on those terms of, hey, no one's gonna hand you anything. You're gonna have to work for it no matter what. And he overcomes like a lot of internal struggle when it comes to, am I gonna make up with these people? Am I really gonna help? Am I looking out for myself? It's a great writing. It's dubbed out. It's dubbed by this point. It's came out 3 or 4 years ago. So if you're not into sub, it's dubbed. Definitely check that out. And video game wise, I've been playing a lot of The First Descendant. I don't know if you guys are into that or not. The First Descendant is a free to play, massively multiplayer game. It's a shooter, kind of like a mix between, I want to say, Final Fantasy and oh my god, what's that game that Bungie made that everybody used to play back in the day? Not Halo, the other one. Oh, not Anthem. That was EA. I'm blanking.
Shoot.
They do raids. They're free to play. You can jump on and play, and they grind.
Fortnite. No, it's
the Team Fortress.
Nope.
No,
Team Fortress got an update, by the way, but no.
It's
Oh my god,
one before. It's the open.
Oh my god, where is it? I'm gonna go crazy now.
Well, I have also been playing video games lately.
Please, Kevin, go ahead. I'm gonna look it up.
But because I'm excited about the new Zelda game coming out pretty soon. So I'm finally going back and beating the Zelda games that I've never beat before, which is specifically Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. And I'm remembering why I never beat them before.
Oh no.
They are so insanely hard. It's either like you have to do pixel perfect landings on things, or it's like an insane puzzle. Literally one room is just turn all the tiles from yellow to red, but you have to figure out exactly which path will actually let you do that. It is so aggravating. But I'm finally on the final linked game boss. Oh, also frustrated about that game. There's 3 potential companion animals you could have, but the game doesn't tell you which one you can get. So I really wanted to get the giant blue bear that has little tiny wings because he's adorable. But then when I wasn't getting him, so I looked up how to get him, and it said if you do this one thing earlier in the game, it will never let you get him. And I did that one thing, and I was like,
"Boo!"
And so then I thought, well, it's 2 games, so I figured when I get to the second game, then I'll get him. Well, it turns out when I got to the second game, it said, well, here's your link to the first game, and I was like,
boo.
Thank you, Zelda. Thank you, Nintendo. The game is Destiny.
Destiny.
Oh,
okay.
So it's like Destiny and Final Fantasy. It's fast paced. It's loot drops like crazy, like Borderlands. Which they made a movie of that too. It's great game. It's a grind. It's fun. It's jump in, jump out. You can play for 10-15 minutes with random people. You don't have to communicate like chat. You just jump in, do the objectives, jump out. It doesn't, and it's seamless. You don't have to like wait for a queue. It literally hits join. Boop, you jump in. You're there. You're running around, and it'll teleport you to you can cheat.
I played a lot of Destiny when it came out on PS4. Back when they had the loot cave, glitch. You know.
You just keep grinding that same one.
Yeah.
Good I've been doing that, just reading, gaming, and just kind of trying to just enjoy some free time. I know we've all kind of dealt with a lot here in the last few weeks. And Primos, remember, take some time for yourselves. Take some time. So we recommend these things so you can like enjoy what we're enjoying, talk about it, and just kind of enjoy. Plus, tell Alexis that I'm hooked on 911 because I watch it like every night. Like it's like
I don't blame you.
It's insane, man. And I tried watching The Bear, because The Bear was great, like a good show to watch. The new season of The Bear kind of sucks.
I've heard that. I don't really follow The Bear, but I've been hearing that a lot from people that do.
It kind of sucks, and I was like, this is kind of sucky. And then we went back to watch 911 and just enjoyed it. Imagine you end your evening, you have your mangonada, and you're just watching 911. That's a great night, Primos?
Yeah.
But definitely. I want to kind of wrap up the show here tonight. I want to thank Hector, of course, for joining us. As always, you're always welcome.
Thank you.
Definitely check out at El Peso Hero, at Chispa Comics, at Teslatino Comic Con, and of course, just check out his work. And I want to just thank, of course, Kevin and Elia for always jumping in here, having a great show, being great hosts. And check out, because we're gonna change it up. Mr. Kevin Garcia has hit his goal. Okay, We can always go more, right?
I was always
bigger,
aiming for
but
that 10K. We got the 10K followers. We're now at 14K. Very good. But I feel like there's another account that really should be at that 10K.
I think so. I think we need to focus on Miss Spice Illustrations. We are on the goal. Elliot, how many followers away are we from 10K?
Let me check. I am a little under 700.
What?
That's practically there. We need to get there's 700 people listening to us right now. All of you, just go join.
Oh yeah.
Listen, all of you, just go there, click follow. We can take care of our Prima Spice illustration.
100%.
If you like One Piece, if you like Lore Olympus, if you like Pitbull for some reason, go to Spice Illustrations.
Mr. Worldwide.
And remember, Phallic February is just around the corner.
Phallic February. If TikTok sticks around that long.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Primos, of course, you can follow the show at My Primos Podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Just follow us all over social media. We'll see you guys next week. And remember, Primos, no matter where you're from, we're all Primos. Adios.
Bye.
Adios.
Thank you, Primos, for watching and listening to My Primos Podcast. My Primos Podcast is produced by Chikume. My Primos Podcast is hosted by Elia Maria Madrid at Vice Illustrations, Kevin Garcia, _com on all socials. We want to thank our guest, Mr. Hector Rodriguez III. Check him out at El Peso Hero. And of course, I'm your Primo Freddy. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Adios.